Welcome back guys to another video on this channel. So this one's going to be about 3 different apps that you can use to help track yourself with the markets, keep up to date with the markets in your portfolios, etc. So stick with this one and let's see what we can get into. So keeping up with the markets can be quite difficult, can't it? With all the events and all the news and all that kind of thing. So we want to kind of keep up with it, set notifications, but not like too wildly. So you don't want to get bombarded by them, which is quite easy to do. So in this video I'm going to go over 3 different apps that I use to keep up with the market news and all that kind of thing, etc. But before we get into that, make sure you do like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I do investing videos, and if that's something that you're invested in? Yeah. If that's something you're interested in, then please do subscribe to the channel. So let's get on with it. So the first app we're taking a look at is Yahoo Finance. Let's go ahead and tap into there. Obviously this is a free app as well, and I have done a video on this before, but it's a little bit more of a walkthrough rather than a kind of what we can do with the news, etc. like that. So first up we see here all of the portfolios. This is really handy if you're looking at tracking your portfolio. So this is my long-term portfolio here. The top one is an indice, which is like an overall market type thing, and then the bottom 2 are similar sort of things, kind of overall markets. The middle one's here, so it starts with Tesla and ends at AGTC. They are actually my current holdings in my portfolio, and you can see here the price, you can see the change, and then the change in terms of a percentage. Okay, so obviously we are filming on a Sunday, so it's a weekend, so the markets are not open yet. So you can see here obviously the pre-markets after markets from Friday evening. Anyway, so yes, we go back, we can see all different portfolios here. It's quite useful to keep up with the actual markets themselves as a movement. So down here you can see indices, and you can see it says 4 symbols, so we tap on that. And what we've got here is the Nasdaq, we've got the S&P 500, we've got the Dow Jones and the Russell 2000. Now these are the 4 biggest kind of indices in my opinion. You can kind of gather what the market is doing just from these general markets. Now the idea with this is that if you've got a particular stock that's being hammered, then you might want to check the overall market to see if it's being hammered as well. In that case, it's just not the one you picked, it's just the market and what it's doing at the moment. So another thing I like to look at is the upcoming earnings reports. So if we tap into there, we've got upcoming. So Plug Power, Riot, Blockchain, IZEA Worldwide and Disney. And then you can see here the recent ones that have just taken place in the previous week. Neo, CRISPR and Tesla. And it tells you there if it's missed or if it's beat at the same time. So that's also quite useful. Now to set up notifications, you've got that down in the bottom right hand corner here. And you can set up to kind of general portfolio update notifications, news updates, and to do that you just need to go to the settings cog type thing in the top right hand corner. So we tap on that, and you can see here a lot of it's already turned on. But if we go into this a little bit deeper, you can see high-low prices. So that gives you an overall of what's high and what's low over the course of the week. Price alerts, that's when you go into a specific stock and you want it to say hit $15 and it's currently at 10, but when it hits $15 it will then notify you that. And then earnings results as well, also turned on. Now the purpose of this video is mainly for news and events. So you've got upcoming week's earnings, morning brief, company news, all that kind of thing. And yeah, it's really handy when you're at work or you're out and about and you get a little notification and Biden's doing this talk and the markets have dropped or they've risen, that kind of thing, and you can kind of be like, oh okay, that's happened, that's probably why that's happening, so I can then disregard that and not get too emotional over it. And as we scroll down you can see here that all the news alerts that I've got. Warren Buffett investing in Coca-Cola and its lesson, and it kind of attaches articles to them, so if you've got a bit of spare time you can read the articles and all that kind of thing. So that's Yahoo Finance, that's number 1. Let's move on to number 2. So app number 2 is actually Market Watch, which is a similar sort of thing to Yahoo Finance, to be honest with you. So we've got at the top here, you can immediately see the big 3 indices, the Dow Jones, S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, which are all down on the previous day, which is Friday, as I mentioned before, I'm filming on a Sunday. And you can see here, this is the top stories tab. You can scroll down and you can see all the kind of news, that kind of thing. So you can keep up with it that way as well. At the top left hand corner, you've got the 3 bars. We tap on that. We've got top stories, which is what we were on. So we can go to latest news, and you can see here, obviously all the latest news that we've got going on within the markets. You've also got tabs like markets, and that will then dive into the actual markets themselves, so the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, etc, etc. And also if you look down the bottom, you've got articles, markets, watch lists. So if you hit markets in the middle, it gives you the overall markets in a bit more detail, should we say. And in the bottom right hand corner, you've got watch list. Now this is obviously where you keep your watch list. So this is quite good actually, because it keeps it nice and well organised here. You've got the average volume there, you've got the percentage change and the actual change itself in terms of amounts. Now for example, if we go and hit Neo, and you can see this section here within the graph, you've got after hours, which is a slightly opaque type thing. And you can actually see what's going on with it in the after hours. Now obviously the after hours only last for so long, but it's always nice to see what's going on with the stock, especially if you can trade before and after hours. That's that particular point. Now if you scroll down, obviously all the standard details, you've got the performance within the last year, year to date, 3 months, 1 month and 5 day. So all your basic sort of information that you would like to know. Now going on from this is the only reason I've kind of got onto this app, is if you scroll down you've got recent news. Now this is the recent news that's tailored to this company. So you can see here, you've got Neo stock bounces back, 3 reasons it's on the rise. Here's what the tech giants have provided to their cynics, so what should investors do now? And Neo's earnings beat expectations, why is the stock dropping? Now these are obviously all good to tap in if you've got a little bit of time, read them through. I think you only get a certain amount for articles for free, so do watch out for that. But overall, Market Watch is also another good app that I like to keep on top of, and they also send notifications to you about the general market as well. So that's it for app number 2, Market Watch. Let's move on to number 3, which in my opinion is the best one. And so for the last app, it's Twitter. Now for this one, it's a very good app actually. So you can go in. Obviously, there's your feed. For example, the reason I like it, so you can follow particular companies. So let's go for this Nano Dimension. Let's just type that in. You can see it here. Nano Dimension. Obviously, I already follow them because I'm invested and that kind of thing. But the best thing about this, if you see the little bell next to the following sign, you tap on that and you click on all tweets, and then every time they tweet something, it could be earnings reports, it could be a new product, it could be Yoav Stern, CEO, talking about something. It could be any of those, and obviously if you've got a bit of spare time, you can watch, read, whatever you want to do with those tweets. And it'll give you a general update for those companies that you're following. So let's go ahead and do that again. We'll just search another company, so AGTC, which is a genomic based company, and up the top here you can see following and then the bell thing next to it, and I'm already getting notifications for that company. So anything that they post, any results, any news, anything like that, it will come straight through to me. It will ping up when I'm working or when I'm out for a walk or seeing friends, etc, whatever. I will get that notification, so I don't necessarily have to be looking all of the time. Now I do highly recommend this if you are a busy person, or if you're constantly out, you're working or whatever, or you just want to get updates if you're just sitting at home playing Xbox or something like that. It's always nice to get a little update, makes you feel good, you know? Now another reason I like Twitter is if you're actually looking for information for a certain company and you don't want to get notifications, you can just go ahead and press the search button, go to the top, and then if you put the $ in, that will then activate a search kind of recognition type thing. And if I was to do Palantir, so PLTR, which is the ticker symbol, nothing's going to turn up in terms of a profile, so we just hit search. Then you get all the top results for Palantir. So as we scroll down, you've got Palantir being used by PayPal. You might find this interesting, Palantir news. Palantir today was awarded 32.5 million, blah, blah, blah. And it's just good to get the kind of updated news on that as well. And you can also go latest. And then you get all the latest news, but a lot of this can be quite spammy, as you can see here with this one. Quite spammy. That's a different language. That's a bit of spam there. But every now and then you do get a bit of knowledge here. So Palantir Q1 earnings preview. So it's worth a look going through Twitter like that, at least in my opinion. So that's why I like to use Twitter personally. It keeps you really, really up to date with everything that's going on with the company, and obviously just kind of general news updates coming through on the Twitter feeds. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you took some value from it. There's a little bit of different ones. Obviously everyone's on their phones these days, so it's nice to get updates while you're working, while you're out with friends, or just going for a walk on your own. And obviously it's just nice to get updates in general, really. I like to be updated on most things, in most aspects of my life at least. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you did find some value from it, and subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content, and looking forward to content in the future. Thank you very much guys, I'll see you soon.